What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. I've got these two, the Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Anakin Skywalker. These are the reissue Clone Wars vintage collection items. I've had these in my collection for a little bit. I've never taken them out of the poly bags, and I apologize because I'm not going to for this video because I've already moved these on to some other collectors that have decided to pick them up from me. So, but I did pick up the original issues of both of these, and so we're going to do a quick comparison before I send these off. This was, again, the reissue that came out, I think, last fall, and you can see there, 2020 Hasbro Star Wars, the Vintage Collection, VC103, and this was graded 95, so a straight 95 Big Bad Toy Store collector grade version. The interesting thing is, you know, we're going to look at Anakin in a second and how much better the reissue face, you know, the face print technology is versus the original. But I feel like actually for the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the reissue is not as good as the reissue, or the reissue is not as good as the original. And so here's the original. I got this in the mail yesterday, and this is an unpunched, beautiful example, graded by Collector Archive Services. And you can see there how beautiful that is. Here's the grade on that one. It's 2012, the original issue VC103, and it was graded 95 for the card, blister 90, figure 90. This was not part of my unboxing video that I did. This is not an item that I submitted myself. I purchased this from another collector, or got this from another collector, I should say. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to show these before I send off these reissues. And I feel like with everything, the paint apps and the face especially is a lot better on the original, in my opinion. It just seems like he's got a little bit more detail to the eyes, and I know it's hard to see with the poly bag on there, but it just seems like it's more muted with the paint on the eyes. I don't know if that's coming through or not, but the eyes are a lot less, I don't know what the right word is. They're just not as dark and kind of pronounced. Whereas I feel like this one, it actually kind of has he's got some fire to him. He's got some fire to him. I also feel like the paint apps, the kind of the rust or the sand from the scene on the card back, the weathering, I guess, on the armor is a lot better on the original issue. So the interesting thing is, if you look at the prices have dropped like a rock. It's crazy. Since this reissue, you know, before this reissue came out last fall, this one was consistently about $100 or more. And now, I mean, you can pick up the original issue of Obi-Wan Kenobi for, I'd say, $30 to $50 if you're lucky in an auction in near mint condition. So and here's the paint on this one. I forgot to finish my thought there, but you can see it seems like they just didn't do nearly as much weathering on the armor on the reissue version. So my personal opinion is this one displays better too. The other thing I like about this one is, you know, you have Obi-Wan holding the lightsaber at an angle there, and inside the package, which is typical for a lot of the lightsabers for the original issue TVC. The lightsaber's at an angle as well, so it's more aesthetically pleasing to the eyes than this one, where, you know, the saber's kind of mounted to the side there. Maybe that's just me being strange, but I do feel like the original issue Obi-Wan is much better. But given how prices literally have been cut in half or more for the original issue. So if this is one you're looking for, now's a really great time to get it, because it's really dropped low. And the other thing I'll mention is that, you know, we're going to be seeing a lot more of Ewan McGregor here soon. Disney, and I'll do a video on this with some of the Easter eggs that were in the early concept art for the new Obi-Wan Disney Plus series. They dropped some during the Disney Plus shareholder conference that I mentioned in a recent video. They did drop some really nice concept art, and there's a lot of really interesting Easter eggs in there as it relates to the Obi-Wan series. But I do feel like this one has a potential to go back up in price, the original issue one. So that might be one you want to pick up here soon. Now, the other one I got, you know, this is the one that was already been in my collection. This is the Clone Wars version of Anakin Skywalker, and this is the reissue. And the face print technology, or the face sculpt, is much better than the original one. So this is one where it's improved versus the original. This is again a Big Bad Toy Store collector grade item. It graded 95, 90, 95 for an overall 95. And a gentleman named James, this is going to him. But here is the original issue that I just got in that same package, and you can see how kind of goofy he looks. The face sculpt is not nearly as good. It kind of makes his, I don't know what the right term is, but it doesn't do him justice. It doesn't do Anakin justice in that. I don't know. I think it's the hair. I don't know. I mean, I know that the hair is pretty close to what it actually looked like in the movie, but I don't know. There's just something kind of goofy about his face. Whereas this one, I feel like it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. It's not a huge improvement, but it is better. Anyway, this one's got the Darth Maul offer. Pretty good shape overall. Probably will get a 90, is my guess. So I'm willing to sacrifice the 95s for the reissue. I don't need both, right? I don't need the reissue and the originals. So before I sent these off, I wanted to make sure to film them and show them off a little bit more before they go to another to some other collections. But Anakin's, he's obviously coming back in the Obi-Wan series. There was some concept art that shows him as Darth Vader fighting, and it looked like they're fighting on Mustafar again. So I don't know what this version of Anakin will do versus like maybe the Anakin where from the Revenge of the Sith, where it shows him on Mustafar, and they've got the two different name pills of Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. I feel like those are going to go up a lot, and they've already gone up a lot, obviously, especially unpunched. But this one, I don't know what this one's going to do, if it'll show some flashback scenes of him during the Clone Wars or not. But that's another option, is that we could potentially see some flashback scenes and, using the power of computing to make them look young again. I don't know. But anyway, I did pick up an ungraded original issue Anakin, and then this graded Obi-Wan Kenobi original issue. So I wanted to kind of show these off and compare them to the reissues before I sent them away. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.